decide if I wanted to make it a generic intro to this video or actually say Lou, and I ruined everything. Happy birthday, dear Lou. Happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to everyone whose birthday it is when you watch this. Hi, Matt's first comment to the broadcast. Hi, Donna. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Lou. I love you so much. You're one of the funniest people. I'm doing really good, Donna. We're going to be going to the beach this weekend. Hey, Smitty. Oh, Victoria, I love that you said his full name. That's very sweet. Huffin, yes, the baby is asleep, so please don't make any sudden movements. Hey, Chip, if you can hear me. Okay. Hi, Mike. My stomach's been grumbling all day, so sorry for that. Hi, Nelson. Sure. For Father's Day, we'll be there on Father's Day. I gave Ed his Father's Day present with the kids yesterday. Mike. Okay, so my first plan is to do something I've never done before in ASMR version, which is to read an inspirational affirmation. So we're going to start with that. Berto, I'll create more content like that later for you. Let's do it. It smells so good. I love books. Thanks, Brad, for the first super hearts of the broadcast. Okay, let's kick this thing off. Oh my gosh, Berto said tingles for Mandingo. It's Mandino, and it's Lou's birthday. Here we go. I will persist until I succeed. In the Orient, young bulls are tested for the fight arena in a certain manner. Each bull is brought to the ring and allowed to attack a picador who pricks them with a lance. The bravery of each bull is then rated according to the number of times he continues to charge, even despite the sting of the blade. His name is Lou. Henceforth will I recognize that each day I am tested by life in like manner. If I persist, if I continue to try, if I continue to charge forward, I will succeed. I will persist until I succeed. Hi, Dave. Mandingo hits differently when it's being whispered. I saw the funniest TikTok video today of it was a voiceover, but it was a girl, like, doing the video, but the voice was a guy, and, he was, like, trying to see if Alexa could whisper, and he said, "Hey, Alexa, can you whisper?" And she said, "Sorry, I don't know that." And he said, "What do you mean you don't know if you can whisper? You just go, Alexa, can you whisper?" And she says, "Come closer." He goes, "Yeah." She said, "Closer." He's like, "I'm here." "Closer. I'm right on top of you. What is this?" And then she goes, "Yeah, I can whisper." And he's like, "Oh my God, no, someone call the company, call Amazon right now." Totally freaked him out, and I thought that was so funny because I whisper on here all the time, and it freaks a lot of people out, so you're welcome. I was not delivered into this world into defeat, nor does failure those who weep and complain, for their disease is contagious. Let them join the sheep. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. I will persist until I succeed. The prizes of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning, and it is not given to me to know how many steps I must take in order to reach my goal. Failure I may still encounter at the 1,000th step, yet success hides behind the next bend in the road. Never will I know how close it lies until I turn the corner. Always will I take another step. If that is of no avail, I will take another and another. In truth, one step at a time is not too difficult. I will persist until I succeed. Henceforth, I will consider each day's effort as but one blow of my blade against a mighty oak. The first blow may not cause a tremor in the wood, nor the second, nor the third. Each blow of itself may be trifling and seem of no consequence, yet from childish swipes the oak will eventually tumble. So it will be with my efforts of today. I will be like a raindrop which washes away a mountain, the star which brightens the earth, the ant who devours a tiger, the slave who builds a pyramid. We have Kesha in the building, ladies and gentlemen. I will build my castle one brick at a time, for I know that small attempts repeated will complete any undertaking. I will persist until I succeed. I will never consider defeat, and I will remove from my vocabulary such words and phrases as quit, cannot, unable. Thank you, Cher. Thank you. Impossible, out of the question. Improbable, failure. Don't take that out of your vocabulary, Cher. You're going to need that one. Unworkable, hopeless, and retreat, for they are the words of fools. I will avoid despair, but if this disease of the mind should infect me, then I will continue on in despair. I will toil, and I will endure. I will ignore the obstacles at my feet and keep my eyes at the goals above my head, for I know that where dry desert ends, green grass grows. I will persist until I succeed. I will remember the ancient law of averages, and I will bend it to my good. I will persist with knowledge that each failure to sell will increase my chance for success at the next attempt. Each nay I hear will bring me closer to the sound of yea. Each frown I meet only prepares me for the smile to come. Each misfortune I encounter will carry in it the seed for tomorrow's good luck. I must have the night to appreciate the day. I must fail often to succeed only once. Berto. Hey, Prada, each storm. In Fortnite, I don't think that part's in there. I think I might have ad-libbed that a little bit. There is a storm in Fortnite, I'm just saying. Okay, anyway, that one goes out to Birdo. Hi, Jeep. Hello. Oh yeah, I didn't do this at the beginning. I normally do. I haven't done ASMR in so long. Thank God Lou had a birthday. Who knows when you guys will be getting this again. Everyone say, thank you, Lou. We love you, Lou. Ah, look at the cupcake hearts. I made cinnamon buns for your birthday, but then me and Ed ate all of them. I'm sorry. Awkward. Where are we here? I will persist until I succeed. Henceforth, I will learn and apply another secret of those who excel in my work. Yeah, I did. I got in a lot of trouble. When each day is ended, not regarding whether it was a success or a failure, I will attempt to achieve one more sale. When my thoughts beckon my tired body homeward, I will resist the temptation to depart. I will try again. I will make one more attempt to close with victory, and if that fails, I will make another. Never will I allow any day to end with a failure. Thus will I plant the seed of tomorrow's success and gain an insurmountable advantage over those who cease their labor at a prescribed time. When others cease their struggle, then mine will begin, and my harvest will be full. I will persist until I succeed, nor will I allow yesterday's success to lull me into today's complacency, for this is the great foundation of failure. I will forget the happenings of the day that is gone, whether they were good or bad, and greet the new sun with the confidence that this will be the best day of my life. So long as there is breath in me, that long will I persist. For now I know one of the greatest principles of success. If I persist long enough, I will win. I will persist. I will win. Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world. Yes, I got in trouble for being too loud. The crowd goes wild in a whisper voice. Ben, thank you so much for supporting my addiction to Fortnite. I should go to Fortniters Anonymous. Will you be my sponsor? So that we can both continue to enable each other to not quitting and never giving up, because we will persist until we succeed. Yes, brought it around 360. I'm very proud of that one. Thank you, Ben. You're awesome. You're such a doll. What does that mean if you tell someone they're a doll? I feel like it means, oh, you're really nice and sweet. But I'm like, why is it a doll? I feel like dolls are kind of creepy, so I'm not trying to tell you you're creepy. I hope you know that. First one to 100 on Battle Pass. Let's do it. Bro, what level are you at? Let me see what I'm getting into here. You're up to 35. No, I'm 11. I am 11. Nice, Carlos. That's awesome. I'm not a creepy whisper doll, okay? And Ben, how many hours did you play that game today? Because you know I'm going to want to play after this. What the heck? Oh, hi, Tim. Love you, man. I'll see you later. Have a good day at work. If you can. You're at level 11 of running into gates. Ben, I played for like 3 hours today, man, already. It was the middle of the day. I'm like, I gotta do other things. I did do good stuff today, though. I got all my lifesavers done. And I got another, what was it, guys? 50 minutes of work done on my ebook and 25 minutes to completely map out the meditation course I'm making and break it down into specific tasks and put it into my Todoist thing. So your shot game, though, is great. Are you good at shooting people? Come play with us tonight. Thank you for being you, Tim. I love you. 11 in a row. Ben! 11 wins in a row is like, I'm doing math. Stand by. Like 4 hours. You want to ride the Fortnite Sharks? Go do it. No one's stopping you. You know we'll all be there after this anyway for the after party. You just need a fishing pole and you just land it on them and then boom, you're riding the shark. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. Well, you know, Ben, if you sent me enough money to pay all my bills for a month, then I could just play Fortnite for 8 hours a day. But at this point I still have to, you know, like do work. Just kidding, I love this, guys. It was a joke. Even if you sent me enough money to pay my bills for a month, you know I'd still do this 3 hours a day every day, right? You know it's about a lot more than money, right? How's your name gold there? This? That's a hallucination. That's not actually there. You're just seeing that. How much weed did you smoke today? Be honest. You should probably call the ambulance. I'm just kidding. No, don't do that. I mean, call the ambulance if you're having an emergency, but it's just because I'm using StreamYard. I'm on my computer. There's this too. And also this. Oh my god, why is this? This would be easier. There we go. Yeah, get really good and make millions on Twitter. Millions! Okay, well he's like extremely good, right? I don't think I have the right... Now it looks like a boob to me. Real nice. Happy birthday, Lou. I got you this juicy boob. Awkward moment number 2. Who's counting? Oh my god, Berto, what the actual heck? Is a 16-inch pizza big? I feel like it is, yeah. But is it rectangle? Or circle? If it's circle, I feel like that's pretty big. I guess actually maybe that's normal. I think it's probably normal. Hi, Michael. Oh my god, look guys. It's someone hanging out. Hello, it's Lou's birthday. No, it's not thickness, what? Midnight, I literally sing happy birthday to you every time you're here with me at midnight. I'm gonna end this broadcast at 11:30, so we don't have to sing to midnight. Sorry, I laughed into the microphone, that's my bad. Hey B, what's up? Hi Abaden, how are you? Your birthday's in a few days. You can watch this replay and just replace the word Lou with your name and it'll be perfect. Oh Lou, I saw your bands. I was actually in your house. I was collecting some personal information on you, as I do with everyone that watches my broadcasts. I'm sure you're all aware that I break into your homes and I sometimes steal your pants. And when you've been following me long enough, one day you just realized you have no pants left. You'll all get there. You'll all get to lose level one day. Oh, really? Thank you. Frickin' Ben. Oh no, that's actually okay. That's better if you don't play, because even though I like playing with you a lot, it's my only chance to catch you. I just won't sleep tonight. You'll have to go to that meeting. It's all the time I need. Level 63. No, I'm not gonna pee in the closet. Well, I mean, I did do that here, but I don't do that in your closets. I try not to leave any DNA evidence. Thank you, Mark. That sounds like something I would do, Cher. I believe that. Midnight, your pants look like they would fit me. Oh, wonderful. Okay, yeah, so just, accidentally leave your door unlocked and I'll come take some of your pants. Rainstick time. Smooth transition. Now, I'm doing this on StreamYard, which gives me no way to monitor how loud my microphone is. So if this is extremely loud, I'm sorry. And also, I'm Taylor, and sometimes when I'm trying to be quiet, I make loud noises. Oh, Cher, that's so lovely that you did that in my honor. You're such a good friend. Birdo's over here thinking it's our birthday. Any second. I feel like this is going to become a weird thing in our community where when we do meetups, people are like, oh my god, Taylor, it's so awesome to meet you. Can we go pee in a weird place together? And I'm going to be like, yes, I thought you'd never ask. Some of you are grossed out, but I actually think it's quite beautiful. I love you, Midnight. I actually didn't get drunk enough in Florida to pee, but I did pass out momentarily in the elevator and bash my head into the side. So that was fun with Deb and Ed. Exactly, bonus B. I actually have socks right here. They're very festive. Kiss me, I'm Irish. Where's Chloe? She would kiss my feet. Thanks. Where's Jairus? Show me socks. I said, now open your pops now, baby. Show me your feet. You know I just wanna peek now, baby. Something like that. If I did videos of me putting my socks on each day, I bet I would have a lot more TikTok followers than I do right now. Shut up, Mike. apologize to Lou because I was angrily rolling that rain stick for a few seconds. And it didn't sound like rain at all. I got into the zone there for the last half though, so I hopefully redeemed myself. And I was contemplating what product had said about this being a weapon. I was contemplating it. Midnight exactly. Why do I even allow Mike and Midnight to even come into my broadcasts? That's what it sounded. That's what alerted Ed the night of the closet peeing incident. He heard the sound. He immediately sprang from the bed. He said, when he told me about it the next day, he's like, I immediately knew what was happening. Like it's that common. Wrap fruit roll-ups around. Pinata. Hi, Mark. Oh, God. Round 2. I was into it. It's hard to make it sound like rain when I'm not paying full attention to it. Alright, Mike, what's your money on? Ew. Ew, you guys are awful. All of you. Except Lou. I love you, Lou. Oh yeah, I painted this on the wall. I'm really good at painting. You guys didn't know that. I just don't want to steal all of Chelsea's thunder, you know? I don't want to make her look bad. Minna, I'm gonna mute you now, okay? Are you ready? So nobody actually took Mike up on his bet about what I pull out next, but I feel like Lou could have maybe guessed it. Which is this? Oh no, not you either, Matt. You're good. I mean, you're kind of awful at Fortnite, but like, you know, you're good. Grim Fairy Tales. Yeah, some of these stories are ridiculous. They make me say the weirdest things. Good night, Midnight. I think Ed's playing Fortnite. plan. Okay. Alright, here we go. This is a story about midnight. The devil with the 3 golden hairs. There was once a poor woman who gave birth to a little son, and as he came into the world with a caul on, it was predicted that in his 14th year he would have the king's daughter for his wife. It happened that soon afterwards the king came into the village, and no one knew that he was the king. And when he asked the people what news there was, they answered, "A child has just been born with a caul on. Whatever anyone so born undertakes turns out well. It is prophesied too that in his 14th year he will have the king's daughter for his wife." Man. The king, who had an evil heart and was angry about the prophecy, went to the parents and, seeming quite friendly, said, "You poor people, let me have your child and I will take care of it." At first they refused, but when the stranger offered them a large amount of gold for it, and they thought, "It is a child of good fortune and everything must turn out well for it," they at last consented and gave him the child. Everyone has their price. The king put it in a box and rode away with it until he came to a deep piece of water. Then he threw the box into it and thought, "I have freed my daughter from her undesired suitor." The box, however, did not sink, but floated like a boat, and not a drop of water made its way into it, and it floated to within 2 miles of the king's chief city, where there was a mill, and it came to a halt at the mill dam. A miller's boy, who by good luck was standing there, noticed it and pulled it out with a hook, thinking that he had found a great treasure. But when he opened it, there lay a pretty boy inside, quite fresh and lively. He took him to the miller and his wife, and as they had no children, they were glad, and said, "God has given him to us." They took care of the foundling, and he grew up in all goodness. Hey, Big Stepper. It happened that once during a storm in Fortnite, not in Fortnite, the king went into the mill, and he asked the mill folk if the tall youth were his son. "No," answered they, "he's a foundling. 14 years ago, he floated down to the mill dam in a box, and the mill boy pulled him out of the water." Then the king knew that it was none other than the child of good fortune which he had thrown into the water, and he said, "My good people, could not the youth take a letter to the queen? I will give him 2 gold pieces as a reward." "Just as the king commands," answered they, and they told the boy to hold himself in readiness. Then the king wrote a letter to the queen, wherein he said, "As soon as this boy arrives with this letter, let him be killed and buried, and all must be done before I get home." The boy set out with his letter, but he lost his way, and in the evening came to a large forest. In the darkness he saw a small light. He went towards it and reached a cottage. When he went in, an old woman was sitting by the fire quite alone. She started when she saw the boy and said, "Whence do you come and whither are you going?" "I come from the mill," he answered, "and wish to go to the said the woman. "You have come into a den of thieves, and when they come home, they will kill you." "Let them come," said the boy. "I am not afraid, but I am so tired that I cannot go any farther." And he stretched himself upon a bench and fell asleep. Soon afterwards the robbers came and angrily asked what strange boy was lying there. "Ah," said the old woman, "it is an innocent child who has lost himself in the forest, and out of pity I have let him come in. He has to take a letter to the queen." The robbers opened the letter and read it, and in it was written that the boy should be put to death as soon as he arrived. Sorry. Hi, Darren. Hi, Linda. Then the hard-hearted robbers felt pity, and their leader tore up the letter and wrote another, saying that as soon as the boy came, he should be married at once to the king's daughter. Then they let him lie quietly on the bench until the next morning, and when he awoke, they gave him the letter and showed him the right way. And the queen, when she had received the letter and read it, did as was written in it, and had a splendid wedding feast prepared. And the king's daughter was married to the child of good fortune, and as the youth was handsome and friendly, she lived with him in joy and contentment. After some time the king returned to his palace and saw that the prophecy was fulfilled, and the child married to his daughter. "How has that come to pass?" said he. "I gave quite another order in my letter." So the queen gave him the letter and said that he might see for himself what was written on it. The king read the letter and saw quite well that it had been exchanged for the other one. He asked the youth what had become of the letter entrusted to him, and why he had brought another instead of it. "I know nothing about that," he answered. "It must have been changed in the night when I slept in the forest." The king said in a passion, "You shall not have everything quite so your way. Whosoever marries my daughter must fetch me from hell 3 golden hairs from the head of the devil. Bring me what I want, and you shall have my daughter." Berto. In this way, the king hoped to get rid of him forever. But the child of good fortune answered, "I will fetch the golden hairs. I am not afraid of the devil." Whereupon he took leave of them and began his journey. The road led him to a large town, where the watchman by the gates asked him what his trade was and what he knew. Sorry, hang on. Oh, I don't have enough water. This will be interesting. My whisper is out of practice. The road led him to a long... Oh. Lou, remember Cyanide? She just texted me happy birthday. I don't think she realizes that it's your birthday, not my birthday. But I'll text her back after this. I could go get water, but I'm not going to. Because I was really only planning on doing like a 45-minute broadcast for this, because Lou himself once told me that that was a pretty good amount of time for an ASMR broadcast. Excuse me. Hey, Rehab. And this story's kind of long, so I'm just going to power through. Tequila. God, I'm putting you all to sleep. This is perfect. The road led him to a large town, where the watchman by the gates asked him what his trade was and what he knew. "I know everything," answered the child of good fortune. "Then you can do us a favor," said the watchman. "If you will tell us why our market market fountain, which once flowed with wine, has become dry and no longer gives us even water. That you shall know, answered he. Only wait until I come back. Loud noises. Oh, hey Jordan. It's about to get gangsty. He's about to go to hell. No, this is Grim Fairy Tales. Lou wouldn't be a Taylor ASMR if there wasn't at least one loud banging sound. Then he went farther and came to another town. And there also the gatekeeper asked him what was his trade and what he knew. I know everything, answered he. Then you can do us a favor and tell us why a tree in our town, which once bore golden apples, now does not even put forth leaves. You shall know that, answered he. Only wait until I come back. Then he went on and came to a wide river over which he must cross. The ferryman asked him what his trade was and what he knew. I know everything, answered he. Then you can do me a favor, said the ferryman, and tell me why I must always be rowing backwards and forwards, and am never set free. You shall know that, answered he. Only wait until I come back. When he had crossed the water, he found the entrance to hell. It was black and sooty within, and the devil was not at home, but his grandmother was sitting in a large armchair. What do you want? She said to him, but did not look so very wicked. I should like to have 3 golden hairs from the devil's head, answered he. Or else I cannot keep my wife. That's a good deal to ask for, said she. If the devil comes home and finds you, it will cost you for your life. But as I can pity you, I will see if I cannot help you. She changed him into an ant and said, creep into the folds of my dress. You will be safe there. Yes, answered he. So far so good. But there are 3 things that I want to know besides. Why a fountain which once flowed with wine has become dry, and no longer gives even water. Why a tree which once bore golden apples does not even put forth leaves. And why a ferryman must always be going backwards and forwards and is never set free. Those are difficult questions, answered she, but just be silent and pay attention to what the devil says when I pull out the 3 golden hairs. As the evening came on, the devil returned home. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to Lou for it being his birthday too, and shout out to my boyfriend for putting up with me. No sooner had he entered than he noticed that the air was not pure. I smell man's flesh, said he. All is not right here. Then he pried into every corner and searched, but could not find anything. His grandmother scolded him. It has just been swept, said she, and everything put in order, and now you are upsetting it again. You've always got the smell of man's flesh in your nose. Sit down and eat your supper. When he had eaten and drunk, he was tired and laid his head on his grandmother's lap and told her that she should delouse him a little. It was not long before he was fast asleep, snoring and breathing heavily. Then the old woman took hold of a golden hair, pulled it out, and laid it down beside her. Oh, cried the devil, what are you doing? I had a bad dream, answered the grandmother, so I seized hold of your hair. What did you dream then? Said the devil. I dreamt that a fountain in a marketplace from which wine once flowed was dried up, and not even water would flow out of it. What is the cause of it? Oh, if they did know it, answered the devil, There's a toad sitting under a stone in the well. If they killed it, the wine would flow again. You're welcome, Steve. The grandmother deloused him again until he went to sleep and snored so that the window shook. Then she pulled the second hair out. Ah, what are you doing? Cried the devil angrily. Do not take it ill, said she. I did it in a dream. What have you dreamt this time? Asked he. I dreamt that in a certain kingdom there was a tree that used to have golden apples. But now it doesn't even bear leaves. What, think you, was the reason? Oh, if they did but know, answered the devil. A mouse is gnawing at the root. If they killed it, they would have golden apples again. But if it gnaws much longer, the tree will wither altogether. But I've had enough of your dreams. If you disturb me in my sleep once more, you will get a box on the ear. The grandmother spoke gently to him and picked his lice once more until he fell asleep and snored. Then she took hold of the third hair and pulled it out. The devil jumped up, roared out, and would have treated her ill if she had not quieted him again and said, Who can help bad dreams? David, that's a fun one. How would that even work with guns and stuff? Dub, come play with us after this. What was the dream then? Asked he, and was quite curious. I dreamt of a ferryman who complained that he must always ferry back and forth from one side to the other and was never released. Fortnite. What is the cause of it? Ah, the fool, answered the devil. When anyone comes and wants to go across, he must put the oar in his hand, and the other man will have to ferry, and he will be free. As the grandmother had plucked out the 3 golden hairs, and the 3 questions were answered, hey Hal, she let the old devil alone, and he slept until daybreak. When the devil had gone out again, the old woman took the ant out of the folds of her dress and gave the child of good fortune his human shape again. There are the 3 golden hairs for you, she said. What the devil said in answer to your 3 questions did you hear? Yes, answered he, I heard and will take care to remember. You have what you want, said she, now you can go your way. He thanked the old woman for helping him in his need, and left hell well content that everything had turned out so fortunately. When he came to the ferryman, he was expected to give the promised answer. Ferry me across first, said the child of good fortune, and then I will tell you how you can be set free. And when he had reached the opposite shore, he gave him the devil's advice. Next time anyone comes who wants to be ferried over, just put the oar in his hand. He went on and came to the town wherein stood the unfruitful tree, and there too the watchman wanted an answer. So he told him what he had heard from the devil. Kill the mouse which is gnawing at its root, and it will again bear golden apples. Then the watchman thanked him, and gave him as a reward 2 asses laden with gold, which followed him. Finally, he came to the town whose well was dry. He told the watchman what the devil had said. A toad is in the well beneath a stone. You must find it and kill it, and the well will again give wine in plenty. The watchman thanked him, and also gave him 2 asses laden with gold. At last, the child of good fortune got home to his wife, who was heartily glad to see him again, and to hear how well he had prospered in everything. To the king he took what he had asked for, the devil's 3 golden hairs, and when the king saw the 4 asses laden with gold, he was quite content and said, Now all the conditions are fulfilled, and you can keep my daughter. But tell me, dear son-in-law, where did all that gold come from? This is tremendous wealth. I was rowed across a river, answered he, and got it there. It lies on the shore instead of sand. Can I too fetch some of it, said he. and he was quite eager about it. As much as you like, answered he. There's a ferryman on the river. Let him ferry you over, and you can fill your sacks on the other side. The greedy king set out in all haste, and when he came to the river, he beckoned to the ferryman to get him across. The ferryman came and bade him get in, and when they got to the other shore, he put the oar in his hand and sprang out. But from this time forth, the king had to ferry as punishment for his sins. Perhaps he is ferrying still. If he is, it is because no one has taken the oar from him. That was a clever little ending. I like that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lou. Happy birthday to you. Still in punishment, yeah. Happy birthday, Lou. Thank you for this awesome rain stick. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. If this didn't successfully put you to sleep and you want to come hang out on Twitch, I'll be playing Fortnite on Twitch after this for a little while. Same username over there. And we can hang out until Sonam goes live in probably like an hour or so. Usually, I think. I don't know. A few hours, I don't know. Yeah, and if that doesn't put you to sleep, me playing Fortnite might, but you gotta turn all the sounds off because there's a lot of like gunshots. Oh yay, Cher, I love you. Wait, Cher, don't you play? Oh yeah. ASMR. No. I'm not. Thank you. That was kind of loud. I was trying to talk over the rain stick and I stopped whispering. I don't know why. Thank you. Yeah, we're live on YouTube and Periscope right now. Hi, Blondie. Yeah, Twitch next. Yeah, I'll be playing Fortnite. It'll be much louder. Oh, you're right, Berto. Delicious and refreshing. It's Lou's birthday, the top contributor of Super Arts in this broadcast, which is crazy because it's his birthday. It feels like mine. Thank you, Cher and Brad, for the Super Arts too. Lou's gonna get a shout out first week of July for being the top contributor of this broadcast. He also made this possible by getting me this rain stick. And he's just a super awesome guy who I love a lot. Yeah, it's Next Juice everywhere, so I'm about to go live on Twitch after this playing Fortnite. So I do gaming streaming on Twitch. I stream mostly here on Periscope, but I also stream here on YouTube regularly. So it's good to follow me on all three, and then you might as well follow me on Twitter and Instagram too, just to make sure you don't miss anything. And it's Next Juice everywhere, and it's even Next Juice on Fortnite, so if you want to play Fortnite, it is a free game. You can play on your PC, you can play on your phone, although it's really hard to play on your phone. You can play on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and it's a free download. It's called Fortnite, and my username over there is NextJuice too if you want to play. Yeah, I have a whole playlist for ASMR on my YouTube channel, so you can just put the playlist on, it'll just be a bunch of ASMR over and over and over. I don't have an OnlyFans. Happy birthday, Lou. I love you so much. Thank you for always being such an awesome source of positivity and support in my life and a lot of other people's lives here on Periscope too. So, and I'm sure way outside of Periscope too. I hope that we meet in person one day. This has been a moment in time with Lou's birthday and with me, Taylor, who goes live every single day, 7 days a week. Remember, we'll be at the beach this weekend, so I hope to see you guys there. That'll be all on Periscope pretty much. Hey Sean, I'm just signing off, but I'll be over on Twitch if you guys want to come hang out and play Fortnite. You subscribed, or you followed. Thank you for following me. If you followed, if you subscribed, extra thank you for the support. Now you won't have to watch ads. I love you guys. It's kind of like it has a little bit of a whistle today. I think I'm a little dry. Sorry. Goodbye. Good night. Good night. So we're going over to Twitch. I hope to see you over there. And I hope that you come play with us, because what the heck, you can start. Come on, I'm only level 11 now. Let's hang out. Thank you guys. Yeah, subscribe to my Twitch. Thank you so much for saying that. Next Juice everywhere. I hope to see you guys over there in a little while. This has been a moment in time with Taylor. Hope to see you on the next Juice. And happy birthday, Lou. We love you so much.